To join us now, like I said, I'm sure when the Kansas City Royals come in next year, he's going to consider checking them out at Sutter Health Park. Jerry Reynolds. Jerry, you going to check out the Royals? You getting back into baseball next year when the A's are here?
Might. You know,
okay.
it's you know, I can't promise. You know, I was kind of a Royals fan being the front runner that I've always been when they were really good. You know, back in George Brett days and Willie Wilson and you know, that crew. That was fun to watch. We lived pretty close to the stadium, so my son's was a huge Royals fan. Still follows them. But,
nice.
Me not so much.
Well, you were, and I always get this wrong, but you in high school, you had your school record for batting average by a second baseman or a state record or something, didn't you?
Well, a school record. I think it still stands. It was for 4 years. You know, because I played. You know, it's Indiana baseball, so that don't really count. I mean, I've been out here long enough. I've been out here long enough to know better. You know, no, it's not the same. But anyway, you know, all you can do is be the best of where you are. You know, you can't. I couldn't compete against the California kids because I was in Indiana.
But what did you hit? Do you remember your average?
Yeah, 448 for 4 years.
Wow, that's pretty good. Gee, that's Hall of Fame numbers.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, I could nail those 60-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Jerry, we appreciate your time. Of course, we want to talk basketball as well. Can you just give us your scout's eye view of a guy that a lot of Kings fans are enjoying in Summer League, Drew Timme? What kind of NBA prospect could he be?
Well, he is a prospect. A highly skilled guy. I mean, to me, he's a junior varsity version of Brad Miller.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's kind of like Brad. You know, maybe, you know, it's hard to say just which one had the most quickness because they were both lacking in that skill. But Brad was a little bigger and stronger, and obviously had a terrific career, 2-time All-Star. And Drew's not that good, but I mean, he has skill, a lot of skill. I mean, you could, at least in my mind, you could sort of see him in a limited backup role. I'm not sure that the Kings are the best team really for his skill set, since they really could use a little more athleticism, I think, with their current roster. But that's, you know, but there's other teams that he would probably fit better on.
Hey, Jerry, one of the things we've talked about on the show recently is, you know, we see college players, you know, are stars, and then, you know, they get to the NBA and it's a different game. You know, some of the guys we've talked about in the past, Luka Garza, let's say, you know, we're talking about, you know, Drew Timme even, you know, stellar college career, but it doesn't translate to the NBA. What's the biggest difference or challenge, would you say, coming from college to the pros that these guys are facing now?
I think the quickness and the speed of the game, as well as athleticism, you know, in the college game, it probably turns out to be a little more under control, to where coaches, you know, can kind of cover for guys a little bit. You know, they can, you know, like say a Luka Garza was a terrific college player, you know, and we've seen that over the years, guys who were terrific college players, but really didn't have the game translate to the NBA, you know, the Adam Morrisons, or, you know, you can go on and on every year. And so I think the speed of the game and just the size and athleticism at each position really changes a little. May not necessarily be bigger, but it generally quicker. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, you can be, you know, pretty good point guard in college, but, you know, then all of a sudden you got to guard De'Aaron Fox. Well, that's a little different world for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it seems, Jerry, that a lot of pundits and observers and maybe even some scouts thought that Zach Edey would be one of those guys, kind of a tweener, but there's a lot of indications that he's actually going to be better than that, right?
I think so. Yeah. You know, I mean, I just saw the one game he played, but I thought so anyway. I mean, he's so big.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like focus on what he can do, and what he can do is get position, and he's got a very skilled guy. I mean, is he going to be able to guard wings out on the floor? No. but then a lot of centers can't. Yeah, I think Memphis. I think he'll find a way to be pretty valuable right away. I'm not saying he's ready to be a contender for a top 10 center, anything like that. But I think they got a guy they can play.
Great.
Hey, Coach, when you watch Summer League, and I'm saying from a coach's perspective, one of the things I noticed, and I was watching Bronny James the other day, and at times it seems like in Summer League, guys are trying to show what they can do. From a coaching standpoint, are you looking for guys that can show what they do, or guys that play in the system and play the game the right way? Like, how do you value that when it comes to a guy that's doing a lot of one-on-one, maybe hitting some baskets, versus the guy that's doing whatever it is the team needs?
Well, that's a great question, Kyle, because I think there's a two-pronged answer kind of there. Is that if you've drafted a guy in the top 7 or 8, you're looking for him to kind of show star quality, to be outstanding in the Summer League. So maybe, you don't mind him maybe being a little hungry and thirsty to score and make plays and all that. Then there's the guys, free agent kind of guys. Well, if you're looking for guys that might make your roster, they better be guys that are finding a way to fit in and, showing you the ability to play off the ball and to, kind of find a way to be valuable with your more talented players. So I think it's a kind of a two-way edge there. Just watching, obviously when you watch the Summer League, you're always looking at the high lottery picks and trying to get some idea in each team. And when you draft somebody high, you want to see something special. I mean, it's like, I'm pretty sure the Washington Wizards probably weren't just thrilled seeing Sarr go 0 for 15. I don't know.
You're not really high on him, are you? You're not too high on his chances.
No, I'm not, and he may turn out to be Elijah one. But I mean, no, I just felt like he was basically kind of drafted too high for his just on athletic ability. But again, that he's young, and so that can all work for him. I do think that the Miami Heat drafted Khalil Ware, big guy. And to me, he's been more impressive than Klingon or Sarr.
Yeah,
and there again, Miami Heat. I mean, they may have. He just looks like a Derek Lively that can shoot a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, based on who's on the roster right now, Coach, and we know that things could change, but based on who's on the roster right now, who do you think is the most likely starter on the Kings at the off-guard position?
Well, I think it's probably going to be Keon Ellis. I mean, I think he certainly looked very good there last year. Mm-hmm. Certainly in Summer League, he's had a couple of good games, a couple of stinkers, but he could play without the ball, and he and Fox together. I just love their defense. Mm-hmm. I mean, I just thought late in the year those two guys created a lot of problems, and no disrespect to Monk is the better player, but I just kind of feel like that Coach Brown knows what he's got in Monk and kind of likes where he has him. And then of course with Herter, I just kind of feel like even a healthy Herter with this team might be better off coming off the bench, behind a couple of spots, because he could even in small ball he could play a little more three, I think. Wow. And so that'd be. But anyway, I mean, really, that's certainly a coaching decision because Monk is certainly the better player, but it seemed like had Malik not got hurt, I'd like to seen that unit play more because I thought they were on the right track.
Right. Hey, Jerry, real quick here. When you look at where this roster is right now, me and Whitey agree. They need to add something. Is there a player still out there, still available that you think would be a good fit for the Kings?
Well, I don't know who's available at this stage. No. I mean, I'd like to see him get more size, but would certainly take a major trade at this stage to do that, a major commitment. And we've talked about whether it's the Bobby Porters, but you don't even know if he's available type guy. And I mean, that. So I mean, Kuzma. I mean, he would certainly be a nice pickup, but he's not really exactly what you need at this point. But he'd still help you, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure Monty and his staff, have thought about it a lot, and I kind of think, which they've said that they're kind of ready to play with what they've got. Having DeRozan gives them a lot of ways to go. Small, yes, but talented also, yes. And maybe if it doesn't go well, then before trade deadline, maybe you can really find something out there. So, it's one of those things that you want everything in order to compete for the championship, but may not just be possible right now.
Right.
Jerry, before we let you go, we do have some questions for you. So I'll just slide one your way here from Manny to Legit. Jerry, how much impact will DeRozan make this next season? Also, what do you expect from Keegan this next season?
Well, I expect DeRozan to have a terrific impact. I mean, he's a pro's pro who could really score the ball. I think he can make the team several games better. I mean, I really think they have a chance at 50 wins due to the acquisition of DeRozan. And I think really that'll also help Keegan. I think Keegan will take another step. I think it'll be an easier season for him. I think he can get his 16, 18 points without, having so much expectations. Just, clearly with DeRozan and Fox and Malik, I mean, it'll be easier for Keegan just to be Keegan and just keep getting better. And the guy's a terrific young player, and he's going to get better. Let's not worry about him becoming a first ballot Hall of Famer just yet.
Well, he is a great player, but I bet he didn't hit 448 in high school playing second base.
I bet he didn't either. But then again, he was in Iowa, so you probably could have hit 448 there too.
All right. Thanks, Jerry. We appreciate it. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes. See you guys.
All right.
All right.
Easy. Oh. So, which King has made the most of Summer League so far? And what do you think of Coach's assessment of Drew Timme? We'll get into that next year with the Drive Guys on Sactown.